The hotel room is beautiful. The bed is bigger than the one you have at home. The sheets are crisp. The pillows are stacked high. The door is locked, and you are exhausted from a long day of travel. Everything about this room was designed for rest. So why are you still staring at the ceiling at 3 a.m.? You blame the pillow. You blame the faint hum of the air conditioner, the thin slice of hallway light under the door, the unfamiliar shape of the shadows overhead. Those all feel like good reasons. But the real answer is far stranger. Half of your brain has quietly refused to fall asleep. And it isn't broken. It's doing exactly what it was built to do. The same thing it did for your ancestors 100,000 years ago. Tonight, one side of your head is standing guard. Scientists have a name for this. They call it the first night effect. If you have ever slept badly on your first night in a hotel, a friend's spare room, a new apartment, or a tent in the woods, you have felt it directly. The pattern is almost universal. The first night in a new place, sleep comes shallow, broken, and strangely alert. The second night, in the exact same bed, you sleep like a stone. Nothing about the room changed. Something about your brain did. What changed? And why would your own mind sabotage the rest it so obviously needs? In 2016, a team of researchers at Brown University set out to answer exactly that. Masako Tamaki and Yuka Sasaki brought volunteers into a sleep laboratory and watched their brains through the night. Not with a single overall reading, but with detailed scans that could measure each hemisphere on its own. The left side of the brain and the right side, tracked separately. What they found was quietly astonishing. On that crucial first night, the two halves of the brain were not sleeping the same way at all. The right hemisphere sank down into deep, slow, restorative sleep, the kind that repairs you. But the left hemisphere stayed lighter, more awake, more reactive. It refused to fully let go. Then the researchers tested it. While the volunteers slept, they played sounds into the room. Soft, regular beeps, and then, every so often, an odd tone that didn't belong. The shallow sleeping left hemisphere reacted to those strange sounds far more strongly than the right. It was listening. It woke the sleeper faster whenever something sounded wrong. By the second night, the difference had faded. Both halves slept deeply. The guard had stood down. Your brain, it turns out, does not trust a new place. Not on the first night. So it keeps one side partly awake, one ear open, one watchman posted at the door while the rest of you disappears. Why would it do something so exhausting? Why would evolution build a brain that ruins its own sleep on purpose? To understand that, you have to leave the hotel and go look at a duck. In 1999, a researcher named Niels Rattenborg was studying how mallard ducks sleep, and he noticed something strange about how they line up. Ducks often rest in a row. The ducks in the middle of that row, surrounded on both sides by other ducks, sleep with both eyes shut and both halves of the brain fully offline. Safe in the center, they can afford it. But the ducks on the ends of the row do something different. The duck on the outer edge sleeps with one eye open, specifically the eye that faces away from the group, out toward the open world where a fox might come. And the half of its brain connected to that open eye stays awake, scanning, while the other half sleeps. Turn that duck around, and it switches. It always keeps the outward-facing eye and the matching half of its brain on watch. This is called unihemispheric sleep. One hemisphere rests while the other stays alert. And it is not some rare quirk of ducks. Dolphins do it too. If a dolphin shut its whole brain off at once, it would stop swimming, stop rising to the surface, and drown. So it sleeps one half at a time, its entire life. Whales do the same. So do many birds, especially during long migratory flights where falling fully asleep means falling out of the sky. Researchers like Oleg Lyamin, who spent years studying how dolphins and whales sleep, found that these animals never truly go fully unconscious the way you do in your own bed. Half of the mind is always minding the water. Do you see where this is going? For a long time, scientists assumed humans did none of this. We sleep with both eyes closed. We lie down, go limp, and vanish into unconsciousness for hours at a time. We seemed like the great exception, the animal safe enough to shut the whole brain down. But the first night effect suggests something far humbler. You are not the exception. You are a faded, watered-down version of that duck on the edge of the row. Think about where your ancestors actually slept. Not in locked rooms, on open ground, in shallow caves, wedged into the branches of trees, under a sky full of things that wanted to eat them. For most of human history, the most dangerous hours of your life were the hours you spent unconscious. Sleep was necessary. Sleep was also the exact moment a predator, a rival, or a snake in the dark could end you without a fight. The individuals who slept too deeply in a strange, unproven place did not always wake up. The ones who slept a little lighter on the first night, who kept half a brain listening, who jolted upright at the wrong kind of sound, those are the ones who survived the night. And the next one, long enough to have children, long enough to become somebody's ancestor, long enough to become yours. You inherited their nervous caution, not their world, just their caution. So now, in a hotel on the 14th floor, behind a bolted door, high above a quiet street, your brain runs the very same ancient program. New place, unproven, unfamiliar sounds, threat level unknown. Post the watchman, keep one hemisphere on the wall. Your brain does not know there are no predators here. It cannot know that. It only knows it has never slept in this spot before. And to an old brain, I have never survived a night here is almost the same sentence as, this place might kill me. This is why the second night is so much better. By then, your brain has something it didn't have before. Evidence. You slept in this exact place and nothing came for you. The room is quietly reclassified as safe. The guard is dismissed. Both hemispheres are finally allowed to fall together. Once you understand this, you start to notice it everywhere in your own life. It explains why you sleep worst on the very first night of a vacation you spent months looking forward to. It explains why soldiers, nurses, and lifelong travelers can drop into deep sleep instantly in a familiar bunk but lie awake for hours in a new one. It explains why a child begs to bring the same blanket, the same worn stuffed animal, the same flat pillow to every new place they go. That object is not only comfort, it is a piece of proven safety, carried out of a known room and into an unknown one. A small, silent signal to the ancient watchman that says, you know this thing. It has been with you through safe nights before. You are allowed to rest. And why do you sleep so deeply in your own bed? Not because it is softer, not because the mattress is better, because your brain has survived thousands of nights in that spot and quietly filed every single one of them as safe. There is one more detail from the Brown study that should stay with you. It was specifically the left hemisphere that kept watch. Roughly the same side, in person after person. Your brain did not flip a coin each night. It appears to have a designated sentry, a default watchman that takes the first shift in every unfamiliar place. You are carrying around a part of your own mind whose ancient job description is simply this: stay a little awake so the rest of you can safely disappear. You never chose it. You never felt it happen, but it has been guarding your sleep by quietly refusing to fully join it your entire life. So the next time you are lying in a beautiful hotel room at 3 a.m. with the bigger bed and the softer pillows and the cleaner sheets, and you cannot understand why sleep will not come, do not blame the pillow. Half of your brain is standing guard on a wall that vanished 100,000 years ago, and it will not stand down until it is certain this beautiful room won't kill you.